Yes, I've finally released the deluxe edition of the album Fragile, packed with stuff that you don't really need. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Welcome classic rock fans to an unboxing and review, and today we're looking at the brand new deluxe edition of Fragile, one that is much anticipated by yours truly, I have to say. This has got loads and loads of stuff on it. I will, first of all, I will unbox this and take a look at the actual packaging and what's on here, and then we'll get a review of the actual content itself. Well, this is released through Rhino, and they certainly charge for it, let me assure you. So here's the item itself, lovely sticker on the front, and the contents. You get the disc 1 is the original album remastered. And then disc 2, we're talking about the CDs here, is the Steven Wilson 2024 remixes and instrumentals. All stuff that's been released before, especially if you bought the Steven Wilson remixes when they came out. Disc 3 is rarities, which includes Roundabout, the US single edit, Long Distance Runaround, US single edit, All Fighters Past, so Steven Wilson mix, South Side of the Sky early take, Roundabout Rehearsal take early mix, Mood for Another Day, We Have Heaven full version Steven Wilson mix, South Side of the Sky early version Steven Wilson mix, Long Distance Runaround Steven Wilson edit, Heart of the Sunrise Steven Wilson edit, America Roundabout early rough mix, and We Have Heaven a cappella Steven Wilson mix. That's disc 3. Disc 4 is more rarities and live. 5% of Nothing alternate version, Heart of the Sunrise alternate version, Long Distance Runaround Fish alternate version, The Dean America instrumental, Long Distance Runaround the Fish, Perpetual Change live, Yours Is No Disgrace live, previously unreleased by the way. And then we get the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray includes the 2024 Dolby Atmos mix, 2024 5.1 mix DTS HDMA, 2024 stereo remix, 2024 stereo remaster, and 2024 instrumental mix, and the original vinyl LP here, which I imagine would be the original album remastered on vinyl. So as I've said, first we're going to unbox this and take a closer look at it. And after that, we're going to discuss and compare the mixes and the extra stuff that's on here after I've had a chance to listen to it. So here is the item. It looks absolutely stunning. It really does. And there's the sheet on the back, which tells you what you're spending your money on, basically. There's the rear. And there's the spine. It opens up as such. Isn't it fabulous? That, I presume, is the Blu-ray. So let's take the discs out one by one. They're all the same really, but now I'm pretty sure, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't Fragile released on the Atlantic Plum label. I'm sure it was. Anyway, just a little niggle. Disc 2. Disc 3. Disc 4. And as they come out, of course, they reveal the artwork behind the discs. And on this side, we've got the lyrics to the songs, and enclosed here is the Blu-ray disc. The niggle I have about this, you can imagine eventually these corners getting torn if you get the disc out too often. That's the Blu-ray, just a reproduction of the album artwork. And the disc, which is thoughtfully enclosed in a nice polyline sleeve. And that's all your Blu-ray audio stuff. And in this section, this is a flap that houses the vinyl and the booklet. Let's take a look at those, shall we? So here is the vinyl, beautiful black polyline sleeve, just as we like it. Shows some respect for the product, I think. Again, the Atlantic label, which I'm pretty sure should be an Atlantic Plum label. Do correct me if I've got that wrong, by the way. So here is the vinyl, nice heavy vinyl. And also enclosed with the vinyl is the booklet itself. So there we go. These pictures, of course, came with the original album itself. What I hope for is, obviously I want a reproduction of the actual booklet that was inside the vinyl, but I'm hoping for some lots and lots of additional information. There we go, that's the booklet. So now I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea, herbal tea of course. I'm going to go and give this a damn good listen and let you know what I think. Anyway, let's move on to the stuff you've all been salivating for and discussing the mastering and the mixes, and of course those lovely collection of rarities. Incidentally, this box set is released on the 28th of June, next Friday in fact, and I will put a purchasing link just below this video. And if I didn't show you this actually in the unboxing, I think that's the wonderful sticker that you get on the front. I keep all this stuff because I'm a bit anal like that. Anyway, so the actual box set itself, I mean, it's a lovely set, and I will say the vinyl is easier to get out than the Yes album that was released prior to this, and that was a bit packed in tight. There are a few design flaws with this, as I've already pointed out. But the actual content, first the CD one is the actual remastered original album. I'm not convinced it needed a remaster, to be honest with you. I think it was done not so long ago. But it sounds fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I mean, there's nothing really I can say about it. The Steven Wilson mix, however, 2024 remixes and instrumentals. I like Steven Wilson's mixes. His mix tends to be very sympathetic to the original recording, and we certainly get that here. But overall, I still prefer the original mix of this album. I'm thankful that it's on here. For me, the original mix has a little bit more punch to it. Steven Wilson, on the other hand, his mix tends to have a little bit more nuance to it. He tends to excavate little bits that you wouldn't have noticed really. He brings them to the fore, shines a spotlight on them. So overall, I'd have to say I prefer the original mix on this box set remastered. That's my favourite version of the album. As regards the rarities, which is disc 3, roundabout the US single edit, is fabulous. There's some real sort of oomph to it, so to speak. It's quite bright, quite powerful. All Fighters Pass is fabulous. I think all this stuff was released, I could be wrong, on the Steven Wilson issues a few years ago. But I love Steve Howe's guitar on this, and it's nice that it's made available in this package, so all these associated recordings are available under one umbrella. The early takes are roundabout and south side of the sky, absolutely fascinating. And they're fascinating because it gives us a real window into the creative process of those tracks, how they were built, I think. And how these tracks emerge structurally, you could say. I love the more rarities and live disc. I mean, go 5% of nothing alternate version, just a fun bit of prog noodling, I think. Heart of the Sunrise alternate version is something else, I think, with greater emphasis, I think, placed on Chris's bass, and some interesting extra guitar colouring to it. And Long Distance Runaround, if I'm not mistaken, has a little bit of extra keyboard to it. The Dean, I've never heard this before. I don't know if it's been re-released. I never had the Steven Wilson, the last edition of this album that came out. I had a CD from, I think, 2003. So I've never heard the Dean before, and it was fascinating to hear that. And the America instrumental is lovely to hear, simply because it showcases what brilliant musicians these guys were. Long Distance Runaround and the Fishy Bit live is, again, a fabulous addition to the set. For me, the real highlights on this set is the two live tracks we get at the end, which is Perpetual Change and Yours Is No Disgrace. It's always nice to hear live stuff from Yes with Bill Bruford on drums, some of those early pieces. And Yours Is No Disgrace is probably the best live version I've ever heard. I mean, the extended kind of jam section at the end with Steve Howe's guitar is absolutely insane. It's wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then, of course, we get the Blu-ray. This has got the Dolby Atmos mix and 5.1 and all that, but I really, unfortunately, cannot talk about that, as I just don't have a 5-point surround sound system, so I'm unable to dip my toe in those specific waters. And this is a wonderful, wonderful set. It smacks of quality. It's a nice hardbound book, very similar to the Yes album that came out a while ago. Anyway, this is Fragile, the deluxe edition. Is it the 50th anniversary edition? Are they calling it that? Well, it's a little bit late, really, but hopefully we're going to get close to the edge, and the wonderful topographic oceans. I'd love to see the set for that. That'd be a humongous affair, I suspect. Anyway, so there we go. Are you going to buy it? Do let me know if you intend to buy it. As I said, there is a purchasing link just below this video. Go and check it out. You can have a look at it even if you don't buy it. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, and if you're a fan of the unboxing of stuff prior to its official release, do make sure you click that notification bell. In the words of Nelly says Stephen Wilson then. In the words of Steven Tyler, so you don't miss a thing. Anyway, I'll just leave you with my closing salvo, which is, of course, hope you're well, staying safe, and that you keep listening.